YouTube, hope everyone's doing well out there. John again from Herman Woodworks. Decided on a little project my son asked for. He wanted to build a little bird feeder birdhouse, and as everyone knows, I'm super obsessed with using whatever scrap pieces I can. I just recently wrapped the 4x6s on the outside of my building that I'm not in yet with Royal polyboard, and I had a bunch of cutoffs here. And one of the other things I like doing is using whatever recyclable pieces I can, and one of the things I had around was this simple applesauce jar. So we are going to turn this into a bird feeder little birdhouse. Let's get to it. Alright, so the gist of the project here is going to be these two pieces. This applesauce jar is going to end up sitting between here like this. I happen to have a 3-inch and a 4-inch hole saw, and this applesauce jar just happens to be pretty much 4-inch and 2.5-inch, so it's going to kind of sit on this neck. I'm going to do that just so I can have the cap on the outside here, so I can fill it up when I need to, just tip it on its side and fill it. But then with the other two pieces, I'm going to figure out a nice little low angle here so it covers it over. And then I had to buzz off a thin piece of this off one of the trim boards. We are going to router in or cut in with the saw a little kind of dado piece, but basically run that across and nail that in. Most of this I'm gonna, like this, you can see I've already started squaring these pieces off. I have to cut all these up there all out of square, a lot of them. But I'm going to go ahead and do a lot of this prep because then I want my son to help me put it together. So yeah, let's get some cutting done. For the vertical stack pieces here, I went ahead with this, these come in super handy, little helpful things. Empire, I keep my things just stored in these and then I hang them up on my wall. But set this on here. Oops. Set this on here. And I was playing around with what angle I wanted to use. It's going to be about a 15-degree cut. I found the center of these boards that I want to use after I trim off the edge. So, yeah, let's mark these all up for 15s and get over to the miter saw. So that's the 15 degree cuts on the top so I can make the peak. These are squared up, you know, the risers and the base piece. So now the next thing you can do, or next thing I'm going to do, is you see I got this extra width here, is I'm going to get the center of this board, figure out where these have to sit, and figure out where I'm going to run this kind of dado cut across so that I can put that little trim piece in there. The width of the blade is close to almost 1/8 of an inch. It's going to be, this stuff's about 1/8 of an inch, but it'll be a little bit tighter, but especially with this plastic board, it's going to be a little more forgiving and slide in there. But yeah, so let's get this measured up and ready to cut. So this is the base piece. I had marked the centers, took the width of the risers, and this line, we want the dado being that edge out. I've done this on another project when I was doing some half lap joints. A lot of people on your miter saws, there is a depth stop. This screw, let's set this back up, this screw right in here. So easy way to see, I mean, you could measure a distance. This, we're not getting over complicating it. But as you adjust this screw out, you can bring this depth. You still need a little more. And might even go back up a hair, because this is just going to be for the stringer piece going across, so I'm going to bring that up a little bit. And then once I get it set, I'm going to lock down that other thread piece and we'll cut these. And now we got it with the dado, little dado cuts in there. So now we're going to bring this piece in. I'm going to measure from here to here again. Cut these pieces so they can sit in there. When I go to assemble this with my son, then we'll end up probably just tack nailing this into that. So after I'll get those measured up, and the only other thing is going to be these top pieces, and is taking those over to the miter saw and cutting those at the 15-degree angle so I can put those two roof pieces on. So this is 7 1/4 across. That's just the nominal width of the board. It's supposed to be for 8-inch trim. Yeah, so these are the pieces just sitting in here at. Like I said, we'll glue all these together, and then I'll end up putting some screw, having them drill and put some screws in here too. Like I said, we'll probably just like tack nail these in. But we're gonna head back over. Like I said, for the roof pieces I already have. I just have to put the 15-degree cut on that so that they'll sit on there. Let's go do that. All right, like I said, we're gonna be cutting a 15-degree cut on these. In case anyone doesn't know, if you have a dual bevel, compound slider miter saw here, this is where you're gonna set it back here. So we're gonna get that set at 15 and make these cuts. Also, if you're somebody who does a lot of angle cuts and wants to check them, in case you guys don't have them, little handy dandy gauge checker here. I'm checking mine because I know my saw is sitting on a tilt here right now. So I'm going to go ahead and zero this out. Right now I got it zeroed. And now I'm going to set it to the 15 and check it again. Alright. Like I said, we're not making fine furniture here, so I'd say that's acceptable. And that is what we're going to be looking like right here. Right now I'm just holding it together. It's not 100% fit. But next thing we got to do is just get the holes marked up so we can get that applesauce jar sitting in the middle here. Alright, so I took a measure and took my compass and got that laid out. So I decided that one side I'm actually not going to cut a hole through it. We're going to end up sitting that on there and gluing that to that piece. This side's going to get the hole cut through it. The reason I'm putting it up this little bit is so when it's sitting on this base piece, we're going to drill some holes in the jar here. It is plastic, so that, obviously the seed can dump out. So that's why I just want it to be up a little bit. And the reason I picked it being up a 1/2 inch from the base is this is a little over a 1/2 inch. It's about 5/8. So that way where it's at, it'll only let it spill out so far, just so it's not dumping the whole thing out. Alright, so I got this piece set up on the drill press here. I'm going to go ahead and run this, drill this through, and we'll pretty much be set for the final assembly. And right now that's just everything pretty much just sitting together. I need to make some bars for like the birds to land on to eat, but just want to show everybody right now what the overall picture here is supposed to look like, something like that. So we'll pick this up tomorrow. It's getting pretty late, so yeah. Alright, so we're back here. So the next step I have is I want to strip all this apart. I'm going to make marks where I know I want to pre-drill holes. We'll actually get ready to pre-drill holes. I want my son to be able to drill some of these, but some of the stuff that I know, just to kind of get it going, like I want to glue this jar to this other base piece, things that'll take a little while, because I know once we start working on it, he's going to want to get some bird seed in it, get it out there hanging on a tree. So trying to set up as much of it as I can. And the other thing I still got to build is, like I said, I want to build rails on both sides for the birds to actually perch on to eat the seed. So let's get back to this. And when I'm setting it up, I'm just using some basic exterior screws. Nothing fancy. You know, it's not going to last a lifetime here. So just keeping it simple. That's the final mock-up. Took a 7/8 hole bit. Took one of these other scrap pieces, bored out some plugs, The reason I chose the 7/8 is this board is roughly about 3/4 inch thick. By the time you take the wall of the actual bit with a plug you pull out, it ends up being about 3/4. So that's what it's going to do. You know, I'm going to end up, like I said, tapping all these so that I can put just these exterior screws in. You know, I'm going to have some the actual glue to the rubber cement that they sell for these, basically. Glue it all together, screw it all together, and, you know, it'll be a fun little project for me and my son with everything going on. And then, you know, we can watch some great nature just outside. So, yeah, next part will be, I'm gonna go ahead and make all the holes, and then the next part of the video will be hopefully me and my son putting it all together. And one other little detail I forgot to mention too was I took that same 7/8 drill bit and put it on my actual portable drill, and drilled some holes in the bottom so that when this is sitting in here like that, that's where the actual bird seed will come out. So I'm going to go ahead and obviously smooth up these edges a little bit, but that's the holes. I just picked 4 random spots kind of on each end, and yep. All right, everybody, time to build the birdhouse. I got my son Porter here.
No, don't say that.
That's my son Porter. So yeah, let's get putting this birdhouse together. All right, bud.
Jason might want to watch this.
Exactly.
So what are these for?
Okay. Now what we're gonna do?
Just cut this. I'm already screwing some stuff in with you. I'm already screwing some stuff.
We're gonna use these special screws, buddy. Okay. Here. I'm gonna start this one. Okay, I'm gonna start them, and then I'm gonna have you end up finishing these. Okay.
How do I screw them with my hands? Or
No, you're gonna use this drill, Bumpy.
By myself?
Yep.
I don't want to use the drill by myself.
I'm gonna show you how. You've used it before. All right, buddy. We're using this rubber. This is called rubber cement. It's going to be stinky, okay? Yeah, it's stinky. Here, watch this. I'll put this on this time, and then you can do the other side, okay?
With that?
Yeah, it's real stinky.
I don't like stinky stuff, so I'm not going to do it.
You want me to do it?
Mm-hmm. Stinky, stinky.
Okay.
This goes like this. Goes like that.
This side's going to go like this, buddy.
Why is there three on this side and then right here?
This one isn't because it would go through the bottom.
And then the boards, and then the board, and then the boards will be not happy.
No, we'll be like, "Wait, there's a hole in here." Okay, take this, Bubby, and you're gonna put this. Yeah, grab the trigger right there. Wait. All right, wait till I say. Hold on, don't pull it yet. There you go. All right, ready? There you go. Okay, that's good. Perfect, bud. You do the same thing. Right when the head gets in there, that's enough. Perfect, bud. Okay. Same thing over here, bud. Perfect. Look at that. Great job, bud. All right.
Is this a mashed potato?
Yes, it is, bud. Now we're going to do this side, okay?
I can do it all by myself. I already screwed these pieces in here.
All right, these one.
I already
Here you
got
go, buddy.
nails for these.
Oh, no, these ones, you're using these, bud. Okay, pick
I
that
got
up. Oh, be careful with it. I know. Put that on there first. Go ahead. Stop pulling the trigger. No, there you go. Now go again. Oop. Anytime it slides off there, stop pulling the trigger, okay, bud? You got it. Stop. Go ahead and try again. Because it's just spinning on it like that, you have to make sure that you put the drill bit or the tip in there. Okay, now go again. Oop. I'll tell you what, let me get this one, just because it's going to start. Okay, now we'll get you on this one, okay?
Maybe could you help me?
Yep. Well, now I can help because now I'm done holding that one. I'll hold the drill, okay? Keep going a little more. All right, whoop. There you go, buddy. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Look how far we got already, bud.
Oh.
Now you want to put the bottom parts on? These ones, we're going to put the other drill bit on there.
So Dad, are we gonna do a, I'll put it like this.
Here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start this through like this, bud. Looky. Dad's going to put the other drill bit back on. Or the other bit. Here, watch this, buddy. Quarter. And then we're going to put this on there like that to start it. Look like.
I did it, Dad. I did it for you.
Perfect, bud. Well, we're not going through that side though, bud. It's got to go through this side. On the side.
Put the cap on. This guy could come very handy when you have to do this. Goes.
All right, buddy. Grab the drill again.
I wanted to put this cap on.
Here, you want to put them on?
The guy gave it to me.
Here.
And now?
Put this one on. You have to put this one on because it's already threaded. Okay, go ahead. Here you go, bud. Keep threading that on there. The other way, other way. You had it right. Righty-tighty.
Because it kept coming out.
Yeah, that's okay. Go ahead and keep spinning it. Other way. Here, you know what we're going to do? Okay, go ahead and put it on there. Perfect. Okay, you got it started on there. Now, I have to put the screw through a little bit, buddy. That's where it's not taking, okay? Okay.
It's through.
Yep. Now we're going to put it in the right spot. Just like that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See that?
Now, you're going to grab the drill again. Put that in there. Like that. Oh. Okay, go ahead and pull the trigger again. Slowly. Okay. It's just not starting right. Put a starter hole in there.
Why do you make that beeping sound? You could twist it the rest of the way.
I'm just going to put it in that way a little bit, bud, and then we're going to put that on there. It'll go this time. I didn't think these screws were going to resist the plastic. Alright, grab the drill again, bud.
Drill?
Okay, go ahead.
If we never gonna make it, we'll have to do it with no hands. Finally made it!
Okay, come over here on this one, buddy.
Finally!
Stand over on this side. Stop your camera. Grab the drill. Oh. Perfect. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going with it, bud. You got it. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Alright, let's do the other side.
I'm kind of scared about this part.
Saying hi to everybody? Alright, put those pieces on again, but can I screw those on? Perfect, bud. Good job. Okay, you want to do the other one? Screw that one on? Perfect. Nice job, bud. High five.
So why do we need those?
Those are to space it away so the birds have a spot to perch on, like when they come in and land, so that their little feet have something to grab onto. Okay.
They will be very happy.
They'll be like, hey, this is really nice that Porter put this out there for us.
Because it also has a drawer too. We won't need this lid for it now. Sorry.
Here, bud. Grab the drill again. You ready?
Yes.
Go ahead and pull the trigger. The trigger right here, buddy. Sorry, my hand's in the way. Keep going. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, same thing on the other side, buddy.
You hit the nail right here.
Maybe. But it's alright. It's not doing anything. Here you go. Perfect, bud. Alright, now it's time to put the roof on. We're almost there. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put some rubber cement on this one, though.
Okay.
To seal this, okay?
Stinky. It's gonna be stinky. It's gonna be a big stink.
But stop. Don't do that.
I'm gonna be stinky. Daddy, that stinky.
Really? Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Oh, we do. We gotta put this other bit back in, buddy, because these are those. Now, when we screw these ones in, bud,
we have to be very careful.
We don't want to send them too far down. So we want to have them be right close to the surface, okay?
That's enough. Let me see. Yep, it's moving. Moving quick. That's enough.
Okay. Now we're going to set this up here. So we got to pick it right at the top, buddy.
Now what do we do?
No. You get to screw these ones in again. Here, buddy. Go ahead. Oh, hold on a second. I think it slid down. Yep. So I'm gonna put this first one in just so it locks it down. Actually, we can get it. You're good. Perfect. Ooh. Perfect. See, just like that, right at the top, buddy. Okay. Do this one over here next. Oh, hold on.
Did it slide again?
Yeah, just a little bit. Okay. Perfect, buddy.
It didn't do like this one.
Yeah, I went a little deeper. We'll try not to do that in this one then. Okay, ready?
That's enough, that's enough, that's enough.
Oh.
That was kind of my fault.
It's okay. Get it in this next one.
It's enough. That's enough.
Perfect, bud. Good job. Okay, now we gotta put some rubber cement along this edge.
Rubber cement? Yuck. Oh, you already did cement.
I know, just on that edge though, but I gotta put it along the top part. I'm gonna put a little more in there because I think it dried up a little bit already.
You have to write it down here to try it. The boards might think, well, it's a board feeder here. And then Mom will be like, oh, yippee, we got board feeder here.
Is that what they'll be like?
Yeah, they'll be like, yippee.
Alright, buddy. Now we're done with that smelly stuff. Okay. Oh, don't break it, bud. Don't break it. Please. We went through a lot of effort to put that on there. We don't want to break that, alright?
That's what people say.
Alright, buddy, you ready? Here we go, bud. That's going to sit right like that. Look at that fit. Huh, bud? Alright.
Oopsies.
You're good. You're good, bud.
It turned the light on.
That's okay. It's just you're pulling the trigger. Okay.
Is this in?
Perfect. Now come over to this side, bud.
When I tell you it's enough, that's enough. That's not. That's enough. We want a little deeper.
Yep. Alright. These last two.
That's not. That might help you. Kind of do.
Perfect. Awesome job, bud.
We're all done.
Look at that. Presto changeo.
It's great.
You want to put the cap back on there, bud? Perfect. All right, say bye to everybody.
Bye.
All right, everyone, that's a wrap on that. Like I said, just a fun little project, something for me and my son to do. Quarantine's got everybody working on some projects, so hope everybody's staying happy, healthy. Like I said, if you like what you guys see, don't forget to subscribe and talk to everyone soon.